Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, here's my video. We're on. Let's continue from yesterday. Haven't actually done anything, so we are the exact same part of this. And I just realized I need to get my headphones, so one sec. I'm gonna change this to say, oh no, what is that link? There we go. Shrink that down. Way too big. Okay. Cool. Oh, sorry. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, here we go. Right. So, give me 1 second. I need to grab my headphones. Whoops. Okay. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't know why I just realized this, but it's like Discord is almost like for streamers, it's almost like a mailing list. Like you just notify people. They get the notification like there's a sale on in an email or a new product, but in Discord it's like you're streaming, so you can go click in there to the stream now. I don't know why I thought about that, but typical random thought for me, I suppose. Hey. Good morning. Looks your coding time and mine at the same time. Yeah, you know what? It's actually, I feel better doing it in the morning, so I'm trying to do it as much as possible in the morning. I feel like at night I just get too tired to like concentrate. I'm back. Hey, I was gonna say Anshuman. Did you see or are you interested in like Superman? Because they released a like a buy tickets Superman trailer, but it's more like a final trailer, and it actually I'm shocked at myself that I actually am now interested in seeing the movie after that. Finally, they added something that that freaking made sense. Like, it's about fighting Lex. Haha, yay, Anshuman. Yeah, go check it out if you're interested in that. I just watched it earlier. The reason why I delayed my stream start is actually because I watched the trailer like 3 or 4 times. I was like, wow, actually this seems good. Alright, we are literally at the exact point as before, so where's our... We did the initials thing. Here, was it? Yeah. We just... But we were making it so it was optional, right? Where did I put that in here, didn't I? Yeah. So we did slightly different to him. That's fine. Oh, hold on, that's muted. Oops. Welcome everyone to the stream. I may as well say, well, there's a bunch of people in here. If you haven't been here before, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I can start taking money back from YouTube. And yeah, if you're interested in a Discord, we have finally started a Discord. Feel free to join that as well. Actually, I should put the link in the chat too for the Discord, because I never do that. It's on my YouTube, but it's not... Actually, I'm headed to the gym right now. I usually watch Mission Impossible movies or old concert footage on the treadmill. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, check it out. It's worth a watch, or maybe even worth a triple watch. Yeah, I'll just put my Discord link into the... Oh, shit. Into the chat here if anyone wants to join. Just in case. Ugh, why can I never paste in here? There we go. Feel free to join. So let's get a poll going before we start this. What are we asking today? I didn't think about this. Fuck. It's easy for people to click on a poll answer, but I actually today want a custom answer from people, but I feel like I don't really get that. So I'm gonna try to be as custom as possible. And then if people want to like clarify, they can. So today's question is going to be... Ooh. What else could be possible for this this one here, this question? Oh man. What's a basic app type? I feel like the here we go. There we go. Here we are. Here's the poll. Oh, sorry. As I was writing the poll, I couldn't see the chat. Apologies. Thank you, Gurin. Thank you. Appreciate it. Interested in this new Superman movie? I wasn't until I saw this final trailer. I had absolutely no interest because not only did I resent Gunn for getting rid of Henry Cavill after they said they would bring him back. And well, it wasn't necessarily Gunn who did. Well, it was Gunn who did that, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Gunn. Like, he was part of that conversation. And two, like, there was no reason to go see the movie through, like, from the trailers. There was no story. There was nothing. There was nothing to, like, entice you emotionally, or me emotionally. And I think a lot of other people felt the same. Like, there's no story. There seemed like there's no story aspect, but I think the final trailer actually reveals that the story is a classic one where Lex continually tries to get rid of Superman, which I actually like, because I'm a fan of that, like that classic story arc. T-Boy, hi, have you used AI in your code at all? I just wanted to ask because if it helps not to use it at all for learning. For learning, I use it for, generally, I'll say generally, sometimes I do, but generally I don't just straight up copy code unless I fully understand what it means. Like, sometimes I will, depending on the situation, but generally no, I won't use AI to write my code. I will often and always use it to, like, help me figure out what's wrong with code, or because I'm not hugely proficient with testing, and I'll also use it to explain things to me. Haven't been to the cinema since Oppenheimer. Ooh, Oppenheimer was actually really good though, but I haven't been to the I didn't even see Oppenheimer in cinemas. I saw it at home. I haven't been to the cinema in, like, at least 1.5 years, I think. Boom, boom, bum, 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 bum. All right, let's do this thing.
Like a view
Oh,
a view model, then we would need to make sure that we have access to that view model in whatever view we are, currently operating within. If we put it,
I know, right? Like, shockingly actually good. For me, it was shocking that it was good and unexpected. So I was like, oh, wow, okay. Like, I think I'm kind of coming around now. I was so against it before, but, like, and there was no proof. Seriously, I'm going to miss Cavill. Yeah. Dude, I wanted Cavill in there so badly. And I still prefer Cavill. Like, this guy, he does have a good, like, Superman voice. I have yet to see if he's actually good at being him, but he seems like his lines are pretty good. He does deliver his lines okay. But Cavill was just next level.
only on this view, it would be encapsulated to, or you.
But dude, I just have to say, sorry, I know I'm getting into this coding. I just have to say though, because it pisses me off, the writers of, like, I don't know who wrote, maybe it was Zach, what's his name again? Zack Snyder. Maybe it was him who wrote the lines, or I don't know who wrote it, but it just pisses me off that they never gave Superman enough lines. It was so annoying. The only time we ever saw, like, a true Superman, even though it was garbage, was, like, when Joss Whedon took over the ending of the Justice League. Because, like, as much as that ending, like, the Snyder cut was like 100 times better than Joss Whedon's cut, but the Superman character that was rewritten, like, his lines at the end were way better. And there was, like, jokes in there, and I was like, this is Superman, where has he been?
to this view only.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't
Keeping
like
an open
that. So
mind
like
is
if
good.
we ever wanted to put it somewhere
That's
here,
you got to do that. Like I realized I was getting too caught up in hating. I can't. Yeah. Dude, give some. I don't want to just see. I want to see a character. I don't want to see. I don't want to just look at things. You know. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. Oh yeah, man. The brooding is just like the whole movie was. What was that?
like in a header view or, anywhere else in the app, we have access to it through the contact object. And I like that. Okay, so that's great. Let's go ahead and check that off of our prompt as well. So let's grab our checkmark guy. Oops.
Sorry, one second. I have to grab something. Oh.
Check that out, or check that off, and check this off.
Check that out. Check that out. Dude, guys, I like yesterday when I was doing like when I was covering like the Apple stuff. Fucking Apple, man. Like it's just a simple informational YouTube video that they put out, and yet I have to get my video blocked, like my VOD blocked, my live VOD, because I had their content on my stream, and I had to like set it up to like YouTube auto edit out those moments. It's fine because everyone that was here saw it live. Those great moments. But yeah, they're like, oh, we're claiming that. We're claiming those parts. You better remove that or you're gonna be blocked. Stupid Apple. See ya. Thank you, man. Enjoy the gym.
Too. So looking good here. All right, guys, now let's go over how we could potentially add a contact. So if we go back to our contacts view, right now we have this state var for our contacts. And the reason we made it a state property is so that we could potentially mutate it. So we have an interesting problem that we need to solve here, right? The screen for adding a contact is a completely separate component that exists outside of the contacts view, so we don't have access to this contacts data source, right? So we could do a couple different things. We could pass this along as a binding to our add contact view. That way, when we fill out this form and create a contact, we could append it to this array, and it would propagate that change back to the contacts view via that binding and state relationship, and it would update our list. So that's
the way he explains this throws out my understanding of like what I normally would do, so that I'm just like, wait, what are we doing?
Another option would be to create a view model or data store that houses our contacts, and we could then inject that view model into the environment of the view or as an environment object and manage all sort of CRUD operations through the view model. So I think that's a much...
I think the way he's explaining is actually where we would use Swift data. So
to create a view model or data store that houses our contacts, and
so
we could then inject that view model into the environment of the view or as an environment object and manage all sort of CRUD operations through the view model. So I think that's a much better approach.
Hello?
I think it...
Wait, why can't I click on anything here? What the... That was so weird. New template, Swift file, and then we're gonna we'll name it view model for now. He's probably gonna name it something else.
Follows the solid architecture principles much more closely with a separation of concerns and creates a more modular code base. So that's the approach that I want to take here.
This is definitely something I need practice with as well, a view model.
We can go and create another folder here for our view model. I'm going to create a Swift file, and it's going to be contacts view model. And I am going to import observation and use the new observable macro here for my contacts view model class.
So observation, yeah, sometimes I get confused about the whole observation versus like Swift data being a model, and then certain necessary things, whether you do structs or not. Yeah, I don't know. I need to clarify myself on some of these things, but still. Yep, import observation at observable. I guess I don't need foundation because he doesn't have it.
Yes. I'm going to have an array of contacts, and it's going to equal this contact array. And then I'm going to have like some sort of function here that mimics like fetching our contacts. So, you know, this mimics what you would see in like a real world application. So that's why I'm implementing this functionality this way. We might have to fetch these contacts from like a remote database or a local database, something like that. So that's what I'm going to do here. So we can go back.
Let me just hear that part again real quick.
Our code base, another folder here for our view model. I'm going to create a Swift file.
Why am I getting hot? I don't know. Maybe because the sun is out, but it's not. It's kind of cold. This makes sense. Why am I hot? Getting a jacket off with AirPods in is fucked. Where can I throw this bitch? All right. Sorry, I'm using a lot of profanity right now. Jesus.
And it's going to be contacts.
It's definitely not a for kids stream
model. And I am going to import observation and use the new observable macro here for my contacts view model class. I'm going to have an array of contacts, and it's going to equal this contact array. And then I'm going to have like some sort of function here that mimics like fetching our contact.
So he's setting up a contact variable to be able to access the array that's empty, right?
So
an array. Does he really need? Do we need the initializer there? Oh yeah, we do. Okay.
You know, this mimics what you would see in like a real world application.
Oh. Okay, so when you right, so this will throw these data point these what are they called? These indices into the array, or it'll, I guess, append it. Is that? But it's not appending though. It's just initializing the. I don't know. I think this is wrong, right?
That's why I'm implementing.
This is not what we would do. I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see. I guess
functionality this way. We might have to fetch these contacts from like a remote database or a local database, something like that. So that's what I'm going to do here. So we can go back to our contacts view and just grab these contacts and go here and say contacts equals this contact array, and just go like this. I think that'll work.
He uses the, well, that's fine. I guess it's inferring and initialization, I'm assuming. Let's see if we can continue this without the init. I guess init isn't, the dot init is the inference of having to write this every time, I'm assuming. Ah, yeah, it is. Okay. It's basically the same thing. Right. So that's fine. So here we're initializing an instance. Here I want to actually ask the AI what's going on here. Now this is apparently called active studying, where you excuse me, figure out what's going on. with a specific thing. What? Please explain this thoroughly so I can understand, as if I am a 10-year-old. I don't know what's a good age to. Okay, no, it's too young. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Let's try. 10-year-old. So imagine you have a special drawing board, like a magic whiteboard, where you draw pictures. Now imagine you have a list of all your friends' names and phone numbers. Let's break this down, which is like a recipe for a special list of friends on a magic whiteboard. The magic spyglass. Just spit when I said spyglass all over my Mac. First, we have import observation. Think of it like getting a super cool spyglass that lets you watch things very closely. In our code, the spyglass helps a magic whiteboard know when something is on our list of friends has changed. If a new friend is added, when all friends' number changes, the spyglass helps the whiteboard immediately update. Okay. A special sticker. Observable. It's like putting a special sticker on a drawing. A sticker tells the whiteboard, hey, everything on this board is super important. If anything changes, you need to tell everyone who's looking. That's a good, okay. Initializing the variables. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, and I realize that that's pretty much the same thing. That's initialization there. Our friends list. Inside our drawing board, we have this is like the actual list of our friends' information. And how many models. I feel like I'm gonna have to ask it later. Explain the syntax too. It shows a special button on a drawing board that says get friends. When you press this button, something amazing happens. Inside this get friends button, we have data. This part is like a magical link that automatically fills our empty friends list with some superhero and supervillain friends. Each contact model is like one of your friends' little cards with their details. So when you press get friends button, contacts instantly gets filled. Right, so it just gets filled in. There's no need to append or anything like that. It just generates, basically. Can you explain the syntax as well for each line, especially the contacts part, as if I'm 20 years old? Let's go up a few ages. Let's go up 10 years. Okay, let's level up our understanding of this code. If you imagine you're building an app for your phone or computer, you want to manage a list of contacts, custom for this puzzle. I already understand that part. Observable, yes, I get that. You get that. Here you go. Here, it's an array. I know that. Contact models, placeholder, and another type, class. Represents single classes. Idea. An array of where every item in the list will be. A contact model. When placed after type name like contact model or contact model, this is used to call the initializer for that type. In this case, creates an empty array. Ah, is that what you're saying to me? It's not this part, it's this part. The initializing. So that just straight up creates it. You're setting up a shelf named contacts. The shelf is specifically designed to hold little contact cards. Right now the shelf is empty. So inside fetch contacts. I get that. So but that slightly confuses me in the sense that maybe it's something to do with classes, but if we go to contacts view, we don't have to. Wait, is this? Oh, okay. Hold on. How does differ from the one in the class? This is what I'm slightly confused about. Achieve the same outcome. Both specify hold an array. The type of elements an array will hold tells Swift. Okay, type of contact model. This is a key part. Create a new empty instance of an array. Maybe an empty array. You're telling Swift the variable context will be an array of contact model. First knows that contacts must be an array of contact model. Then sees the empty array on the right. Swift already knows the required type. So it's basically the same thing, right? Give me an empty box designed for your cars. I need a variable called toy cars, and it must be a box for cars. Then you hand me an empty box, because you already specified it must be a car box. When does the difference matter? This is what I want to know. Some developers find slightly more explicit because it clearly shows you are calling an initializer array type. Others find more readable because it separates type. So it's just a shorter way to say this. The type inference for context comes from the initializer. You are explicitly stating the type. Ah. So it's just a fancier way, like a leveled up way, shorter way to do this. Fascinating. I love learning this. And that was really important for me to learn, honestly. So basically you could do that here. Instead of doing this, you could just go equals and then that, right? Yeah. Exactly same thing. Exactly same thing. Can't even speak. But let's just leave it for now so I can show the alternate option. Alternate way to say var context of type contact model equals this empty array. This initializes an empty array straight up. Total senior dev vibes. Not to be confused with vibe coding. Wink. There you go. That was random, but fun. All right, one sec. Gotta grab something else. Jeez. I was just grabbing a snack in case I need it. It's a little Korean fish thingy. Okay. Sorry, my room is so tight now. Oh. All right. Here we go. Let's continue with this now that I understand that. Thank you, Gemini.
So we've essentially just extracted the responsibility of populating our contacts array to a view model. And with the use of the...
So here we would probably want to also add a function to add contacts. Empty array of contact model, and then you append the contact of type contact model, and then you append the contact. But would that work? How would that? No, that probably wouldn't work, right?
observable macro, we can now observe changes on this contacts object.
No, it's not a fish cake, actually. It's like a... I can't show you because it's in a little baggie. But it's how to describe it? It's like... I mean, it's kind of like a cake, but it's not... it's not quite... fish cake is something else. This one is like filled with, I believe, some chocolate, like melted chocolate or whatever, and maybe it's not chocolate, I don't know, and some like cream within it. I'll show you when I open it. I'm pretty sure it's not what you're thinking of.
This will follow into all of our CRUD operations, so we can house all of those CRUD operations for adding contacts and deleting contacts in our view model. And once again, that creates a much better separation of concerns and a much more modular code base. This is also going to set us up to do things like add unit tests and stuff if we were to want to do that. So let's go back to our contacts view, and we're going to make a state property, private var view model, for our contacts view model. And now we're going to have to loop through our view model.contacts. Okay, so let's see if our functionality...
Let me go back a bit.
We're to want to do that. So let's go back to our contacts view, and we're going to make a state property, private var view model, for our contacts view model.
So
and
that's so we can access the
view model.contacts.
So now we need to loop through our view model. Oh, because we're gonna access these contacts, right? That's why we're swapping. Because that has the initializer there of contacts, contact model. Huh?
Okay, so let's see if our functionality remains the same. Okay, yeah, we actually need to call that function. So back in the contacts view model on init, we just say fetch contact.
It's fun to learn this way, like, it feels more, I don't know, professional to fetch on init fetch contacts. That works.
If we wanted to use async await,
nice,
we could use like a task modifier and stuff, but we don't need to do that in the current context. So back here, now our list should populate. Yes, we're good to go there, and everything still looks good. Okay,
cool.
So how does this help us solve this problem of adding a contact here? So now what I want to do is, as I mentioned before, inject this view model as an environment property on the add contact view. So I'm going to go here and say .environment view model, and now I'll be able
view model. We're adding it here. .environment view model.
go to the add contact view and add another.
If I, how do I, wait. Oh, I can auto jump to that. environment.
Environment property here, which is my contacts view model dot self var view model. And now I'll be able to, through means or via the view model, add my contact.
Contacts view model dot self var view model. Oh, yeah, that's right. I still do need practice with observation, the new setup of this. Holy shit, it quit.
From here. And
Fatal error.
need to go here and
You have to add environment, right?
also set that up on the preview so we don't have a crash. So that's going to be our contacts view model. So ultimately here, I need to like create a contact from using these values, and then through use of the view model, append that contact to my data source. And let's make sure our preview is good to go. Yes, so we're good to go. So I typically like to create a private extension on my views to house the functions. So I could say func add contact.
I gotta name it. I'm not used to using extensions, to be honest. Even though I've done it. I haven't done it a lot, but I've like kind of been roped into using them when learning like Swift on YouTube with Swiftful Thinking, but like I never really do it myself. Add, oh, I gotta add contact sheet, right? I got an extension of the sheet. Okay, now I see how this works. That's good. Did I just learn that? Add contact.
And then we
just
could simply go
take view
here
model?
and say add contact. And we pretty much just need to construct a contact through the properties that we have. So we're going to say let contact equal contact. ID can just be some, uuid.uuid string, first name, last name, and email.
So that comes from here. That it saves. So uuid dot uuid string. I'm new to using that, definitely. Do you have a comp sci degree or just learning on your own? I am actually learning on my own. Absolutely learning on my own. I should have like not emotes, but like fuck, what are they called? Memes or something that people can use. Did you guys say that you get points? You get like points to use when you redeem things in YouTube? I can't remember. I should have one where it's like he fucking hates the education system or something like that.
And we
Let's add this first name, last name, email.
could go here, and we could either just say directly like viewModel.contacts.append contact, or we could have some sort of method on the view model itself. And I feel like that second option is the way to go. And the reason for that is
What did he say?
and we could go here.
I am gonna set up some bots. I gotta set up some bots. I wanna make this stream more fun than just, staring at me watching this. Hopefully at the moment I'm fun enough to watch for now. Well, it seems like it. You guys are here, so who knows when the moment is where it's the last straw, like, this guy is too boring, gotta go, see ya.
And we could either just say directly like viewModel.contacts.append contact,
Just wanted some
or
comedy
we could
to the
have
stream.
some sort of method on the view model itself. And I feel
Method on the view model. So we're gonna, okay.
like that second option is the way to go. And the reason for that is because I want to house or encapsulate all of our CRUD operations in one place, and I don't want to have them scattered across multiple components. So
That's
back in our view model, we can
I thought we were gonna make the add one here, to be honest.
make a
We are
couple
doing
functions.
one add one, right?
Let's just go ahead and create one to add a contact. And we could simply say contacts append contact here. And while we're at it, we could
Oh, that's literally what it offered me. Add contact, right? That's what it offered me. Add contact. Is that it? No. View model. View model. We gotta add that. Dot. There we go. I think that works, right? That freaking works! I think. Let's try it out. It's not gonna save or anything, so. Add. Who should I add? Alfred? Alfred Penny's worth? Is it? No. Why would that? I need to turn off autocorrect on there too. Email the how do I do a lowercase? The ultimate butler at the mansion dot bat. Add. Whoa! It's freaking there. Nice. It's all there. Love that.
make a function to delete a contact, which is
So we can do the exact same thing here as the type contact. We can do this.
contact and update a contact. And we could
Wait, is that what do we do here?
fill out the implementation for these functions a little later.
I'll see what he does with that. I can't remember. And then is it update contact?
But once again, now all of our CRUD operations are encapsulated within this view model instead of being scattered across components. Like, we don't want the update function to exist, or the logic for that to exist within the edit screen, and the add function to exist within the add contact screen. They're all in one place and they all modify.
Okay, I need a quick explanation from AI what this is. Explain this to me, please. Especially the parameter section. Just want to clarify myself with this. I know func, delete context of name, I know that. Parameter section, let's break it down. The special symbol called argument and label wildcard. When you call this function, you don't need to write out the name of the parameter. Without this, if it were just contact, you'd call it like delete contact my friend Daniel. Because of you call it like delete contact my friend Daniel. Oh, okay. Makes the function call cleaner. And the meaning of the parameter is already obvious. Okay, that's really good. Good to know. Great to know, actually. That's great. That's the parameter name. I know that. And I understand that part. So it was mainly this that I didn't understand, but I wanted to see all of it in context. Delete contact Alice. Just pass Alice object and it would delete it. Oh. Right. So contacts dot remove all, because where is this? Contacts. Contacts dot no, it would be contacts equals, actually I don't know what it would be here. I don't know how to, let's keep going with
this data source here. So I think the logic for that is better. So back in our add contact view, we would then simply just go here and call viewModel.addContact, which is our contact. And ideally, if we have time, we could come back and implement some form validation here just to make sure that the form meets the requirements for, you know, maybe having a valid email, a valid name, so on and so forth. But for now, we'll...
How do I stop the autocorrect from autocorrect disabled? Oh, no, wait, not, yeah, autocorrect and dot auto text input auto capitalization fault dot never. Yes. And we'll do dot auto correction disabled here and here too, dot auto correction disabled.
Just assume valid
Woo!
inputs. So
We're popping off.
this looks pretty good. Add contact and dismiss.
Kinda.
Let's go ahead and see if we can test this out. That should be good enough for our preview.
It
We
is
actually
good
add a
enough.
contact,
We tested
so
it
here-
already. Let's skip the, a little
So
bit.
our add contact functionality is working. Let's go ahead and head back to our prompt and check that off our list. So we go here, and we can now add a contact.
Edit contact. Allow users to edit existing contacts details. I need to cover that again.
Next up, I think what we can do is get started with our edit contact functionality. So let's see, guys. We're going to need to allow users to edit an existing contact's details, add some presentation logic for the save button, and if changes have been made, try to add an alert confirmation. But these two guys are bonus features, so we're going to focus on just the main functionality of this first and then come back to these later if we have time. That's what I would say to the interviewer there, obviously. So let's go and start implementing our edit contact functionality. And before we get started with that, guys, really quickly, wanted to just go back to the add contact view and...
But did you say, quickly, let me just, my mind detracts from stuff all the time. Do you get channel points on YouTube? Can you redeem points on YouTube? YouTube live streams. I'll have to look into how it works. I don't want to get too off topic for myself here. Okay.
Discuss what happened when we got to line 60 here with the adding contact. We had the option to simply just add the logic for adding a contact to our view model's data source directly from the view, but we chose to put that in the view model and explained that we want to encapsulate all of the CRUD functionality or all of the code that is involved with manipulating and updating this data source inside of this view model component. So this allows for better encapsulation, and explaining that to the interviewer is very important so that they can see how you structure your code and how you think sort of logically through these problems. And that's my approach of doing this. You guys could absolutely use other approaches. Just make sure that you explain to the interviewer why you are choosing to do it that way and why you think it's the best way of accomplishing it. So, guys, let's go to our edit contact.
Sorry, one sec. Okay.
view now. Let's actually see where we're at with clicking on this guy. So this looks really good, right? So now we just need to be able to actually edit that contact and save it. So guys, inside of our edit contact view, I believe we're going to need to add our view model to that as well. So we're going to want to place our, what's it called?
Why did I say come back to this later? Oh yeah, because in case this doesn't work. Is that right? Because it was different to his one, right?
View model as an environment object, or
Oh right, we have to let that access the dot environment object view model. And then we go to edit context view. At environment contact model.self var view model. There you go.
on the environment of our edit contact view. And we're going to want to get this line of code here as well, where we, access the view model through the environment property right over there. So edit contact view.
There you go.
Here, and we're good to go.
And why is it two
Okay.
W's?
So ultimately, guys, when we delete a contact, let's just go
Crash
ahead and
time.
start filling out our implementation for these functions. We're going to say view model dot delete contact.
Delete. Whoa, Jesus. Crashing. View model. Oh my God, what's this with this W thing? Holy shit. View model dot delete contacts. Contact.
Which would be that contact that we pass in here. And also, we would go here and say we want to add our contact. So let's actually make a private extension, or sorry, update our contact. Edit contact view. Func update contacts, which is our, actually we don't need an input parameter there. And here we could just call update contact. And this would just be view model dot update contact with that contact, right? And to ensure that our preview still works, let's just go ahead and add our view model as an environment here. Contacts view model. Cool. And we can also make a function here to delete our contact, guys, that just calls the delete contact method. View model dot
What?
contacts view model. Cool. And we can also make a function here to delete our contact, guys, that just calls the delete contact method. View.
Wait, are we adding? Oh, right. Yeah. Right. We're gonna do delete one as well. Func delete contact view model delete. Yeah, there we go. Where's the button? Oh, is it? Wait, hold on. Was it delete contact?
We want to.
Wait, hold up. Did he? Hold on. Look at this add. So we have add contact here, which is here. But this add contact calls upon the add contact in view model. But he's using view model dot delete contact, but this should just be delete contact, shouldn't it? Or am I confused? Update contact works here. Delete contact does not. Maybe I'm confused. I don't know.
Add our contact. So let's actually make a private extension, or sorry, update our contact. Here we could just contacts view model. Cool. Delete contact method. View model dot delete contact, which is our contact. And let's just go ahead and make sure we call this in the right place. once again, that
Yeah. That's what I thought. It's just calling delete contact. I accidentally left the contact in there.
isn't completely necessary. I just like having all of my functionality like encapsulated in some sort of extension on the view so that it's not hard for me to find it when I'm digging through the code. So I know that this is my
yeah. At least I noticed
function. I don't have to go here and find it inside of my view body. And if this function gets more complex, I don't want to clog up my view with a bunch of code that involved in deleting a contact, right? I just want to call a simple function here, which is why I like doing this. So let's go ahead and see if we can resume our preview and see if this works. And guys, that should be all we need to do.
So that should now we have to set up the functionality about that.
See if that works. Actually, we need to call dismiss here as well. And we can just call dismiss here as well. And let's go ahead and test this out, man. It should be as easy
We need
as
the
that.
functionality, bro.
Or actually, nope. We have to implement the functionality inside of our view model. So let's go ahead and jump into our view model and actually add the implementations for these functions now. Okay, guys. So this is going to test your ability to actually like manipulate a data source. Can you find this contact in that array of contacts and delete it? I want you guys to pause the video and see if you can accomplish that yourself. The same thing with updating the contact. And once you do try that out, come back to the video and see if our solutions match. Okay.
Okay. Oh, now I feel like I'm on the spot. Oh my god. Okay, so how do we have to find that contact from our contact dot self, would it be? No, it would be, I mean, we can access it there, but what, maybe contact dot first name contact equals not updated. We would want it to be updated to the exact thing that so how would we access that though? Oh fuck. See, this is my problem. My data cross, and I think I'm not used to this way as well. There was another way that I was doing it. It was way more simple, so I don't know how to access it. So I'm just gonna, for now, follow this. And then
guys,
we'll do it. We're gonna definitely do this again.
Particular contact. We need to search through our array here, find it, and then remove it at that particular index. So ultimately,
index contact dot indices. I don't know.
What we want to call is contacts dot remove at index, right? So we need to find the index.
We need to use it. But there's no update, is there? Contacts dot update. No. Dot. What could we do here? Dot. Contains index. I don't know, we'll see. Contacts dot remove at contact? No. Dot. No.
Of this contact. So I'm going to say guard let index equal contacts dot first index.
Is there a remote internships in web? Probably. Very likely there are. Yes. Highly likely.
Where 0.id, oops, equals our contact.id.
So he's saying make sure there is an make this index when there's an index remove an index probably, right? Is that it? Make sure that there is a make index if you're sure that there is a value within contacts dot first index of contact. So using the data wherever contact is at that index, and otherwise get out, and then if there is, make index and then remove that index, or save that value where it it's so weird. Save the value of that index as this index, or yeah, put that in value and then delete it, basically. But it's not gonna be there. It's gonna be a where, actually, where what he's using, where. No. The current index basically dot ID equals contact dot ID else return, right?
Else return.
I'm gonna get the AI to explain this to me.
Remove my contact at that index. So this is where having that unique identifier really comes in handy. It helps us find a contact in that array very easily with the use of this line of code here. So because we know that each contact will have a unique identifier, we can absolutely check the equatability of contacts using the ID property.
Right.
So that's super nice to have. And updating our contact is going to be very, very similar. Instead of removing the contact at that index, we are simply going to replace the contact at that index. So we're going to need...
Is there a replace thing? Replace. Huh. There is, but...
this guy here, again. And then we're just going to say contacts index equals that updated contact. So that's it for the implementation of our functions there, guys. Now if we go back to our contacts view, we should be able to test.
Let's go back a little bit. It went too fast.
Again. And then we're just going to say contacts index.
Whoops. Contacts index, which is, I guess, this whole thing,
equals that updated contact. So that's it for the implementation of our functions there, guys. Now if we go back to
so here's where I need to clarify with myself what that actually means.
To see if it's working. So I'm gonna go
we
and
can test it
say
out.
I want to change Jumpman 23.
I swear there's an easier way to do this, because I've done it before. But maybe this is a better way to do it. I don't know. So let's try and change it. Lex. So that worked. Let's add one. Alfred Pennyworth. It's not going to autocorrect. And then I love dogs at Bruce Wayne's mansion dot bat. Yeah, I still like the dot bat. So that saves, and then we can change. We can update that to .com, and Penny. Wait. I gotta update this too. Pennyworth. Pennyworth. He spelled his name wrong. So that works. Okay, that's cool. But we gotta, where's the add contact sheet? I want auto correction off. No, I want dot auto correction dot auto. First name auto correction disabled. Last name dot auto correction disabled. And then here dot auto correction also disabled. And then also dot. What was the other one? Auto text input capitalization. Dot never. There you go. That's what we needed to fix. Great. Great. So I'm just gonna go over that with my AI. My AI. My AI. Can you explain these two functs now? Sorry, I'm almost yawning. Yawning? Okay. Let's see what we got here. So I get the beginning part now. God says you can only come in if the condition check is true. If the condition isn't true, return, get out. If the condition is true, becomes available for use, and the function continues. Contacts of first index where? First to our main list array of contacts model, right? First index where, this is a special method you can use on arrays. It means go through the list, one card at a time, and tell me the position index of the first card that matches a certain rule. Oh, right, okay. So $0 is $sign is the current card I'm looking at in the contacts list. .id, every contact model has a unique ID number. This equal to, yeah, contact ID. This is the ID of the specific contact card that was handed to our delete contact function. So it means look through our contacts list and find the position of the first card whose ID matches the ID of the contact card I want to delete. If a match is found, first index will give us that position, e.g. 0 for the first card, 1 for the second. This position will be stored in a temporary variable called index. Right, that I get that. So $sign, it's a shortcut for the current card I'm looking at. This always gets me. Some of this stuff here just often gets me. The current card I'm looking at, right. And then equals contact.id is the contact card that was handed to our delete function. So it's weird. It's like the card I have now versus the card in my left hand versus all the cards in my right hand that I'm scrolling through, if it's like a deck of cards. Or like the card I select and decide to look at for in all of the pack. And the contact.id is the like the pack that it's scrolling through, I guess. I think it's more kind of what it means. So the entire part means look through your contacts list and find the position of the first card whose ID matches the ID of the contact card I want to delete. If a match is found, first index we give that position and store it in index. If no match is found, it gets out. Contact.remove add index. This line only runs if guard passes. This is another method. Remove the item at the specified position. So index, we use index the position we found in the previous step to tell the array exactly which card to remove. So here it removes the index that is stored in here, which is we call index, which is found by looking through the array where first index, I guess, is like upon the first index where the card we're looking at that's handed to us is equal to a card in the stack, I guess. When you delete a contact card, first carefully look through your whole list to find that card by its unique ID, and if you can't find it, just stop. If you find it, I swear every time I'm like consistently reading something, I start yawning. I don't get it. It's not like it's boring. I love learning. It doesn't make any sense. It's just every time. Just reading in general for me, I start yawning. I do not understand. Maybe it's just like endless talking. I don't know. Carefully pull that specific card out of the list. Yeah, okay. The update is a little bit different here. So we know the first bit. So it's finding the position. Then access a specific item in the array using its position. I should know this one already, which I generally do, but I clearly don't know when to use it. So go to our contacts list and look at the card located at this index. So take this location and make it equal contact, which is of type contact model, which would fill out all of these, right? And yet you would only, but oh yeah, right. Okay, that makes sense, because I was thinking like, where does the ID come in? And it's made by the UUID we set up earlier. Well, my hand is like really dry for some reason. Why? Weird. Why am I sniffling now? Jeez. So equals contact, sign after him, and take the contact card as handed to the function, the new version with updated information, and put it into the contacts list at the specified position where the old version of that card used to be. So it updates it. In simpler terms, when you want to update a card, first carefully look through your whole list, find the original card that has the same unique ID as the new card you're giving me. If you can't find it, just stop, but if you find it, take the new updated contact card you gave me and swap it out with the old card next spot. Okay, I believe I understand that now. I have to commit that to memory. I hope I have committed it to memory.
Gmail.com to gmail.co. Save and check that out, guys. It updates and it propagates that change back to our data source. So that looks absolutely incredible. And let's go ahead and see if we can delete a contact as well. Same thing, we're good to go there. So let's head back to our prompts and check that item off of our list. So we can delete a contact.
Oh, wait.
And we can
Hold on. Did he press the delete button or?
Back to our data source. So that looks absolutely incredible.
Did I not set up my
Let's go ahead
delete
and
button
see if we can delete a contact as well. Same thing. We're good to go there. So, and let's go ahead and see if we can delete a contact as well.
Wait, so mine won't delete the contact actually. So on the edit contacts button, delete. Oh wait, it needs dismiss on it. 'Cause it does delete it, I think. Hold on, let's do this again. So delete dismisses it, cancel dismisses it, and update dismiss. Everything dismisses. Let's see if it does work. It should work. Load it up. Let's see. Delete. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. So no issues with that. It just seemed like it wasn't because it wasn't dismissing. So yeah. Okay. So now we need to add, because this list has dot on del. Is there an on? Is it this or dot on delete? On delete, perform, delete. Yeah, we need this, but we don't have the function here. So I need to see what he does again here.
Same thing. We're good to go there. So let's head
I feel
back
like
to
this
our
guy
prompts
does like
and
a lot of
check
best practices.
that item off of our list. So we can delete a contact.
Because we want slide to
And
delete.
we can edit a contact. And like I said, we'll come back to our bonus features later. Next up, we need to implement searchability. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that.
Oh, this is another not a pain point, a weak point of mine.
Tax view and check out what we got going on with our searching. So we have search text here, and we have this searchable modifier somewhere right here. So we just need to make sure that we filter through the contacts based on certain criteria. So we're going to want to make sure that we check the user's full name and also their email and return the filtered results. So how are we going to do that? I think the best place to put that is on the view model. So what we can do is make another function here, guys, for like filtered contacts, or we could call it search results. And we are going to say,
Return a string.
I really love the code prediction with the new Xcode 16. It's awesome. So this is going to return an array of contacts. So
It's returning an array of contacts. For query, this is definitely something I need to explain. Well, I get this part, I believe, but returning a contact model, okay.
Just need to pass along this query, right? And guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say guard that the query is empty, and I'm gonna just hit tab there. So if the query isn't empty, then we're just gonna, or sorry, is empty, then we're gonna return the contacts. Pretty simple, right? Next up, if it's not empty, we're gonna say return view, contacts
dot filter.
filter, and we're gonna say $0 dot first name dot localized case insensitive contains our query, or we can just copy and paste this and do the same thing on last name, or email.
Okay.
And remove those or statements there. And that's it for our search results. So basic.
So return, so, okay. So most of you have built something web-based to start. That's cool. And to-do lists, what a classic. What a classic. Contacts is more rare, isn't it? I suppose. So, okay, we got search results for your query, which you would type, and it's a type of string, and it returns a contact model. I need this explained to me, to be honest. Some of it I'm not quite clear on. We should just quickly.
We make sure the query isn't empty, and if it is, we return our contacts, right? So it would just return this. And if it's not empty, then we filter based on this query, and we check the first name, and we use this localized case insensitive contain. So this will make sure that everything is basically localized and lowercased when it's checked against the query. And same thing for last name, same thing for email. So that's all we should have to do for our searching, guys. Next up.
So let me just check this. Can you explain this one? Let's see what we got. Just to clarify everything. Large physical address book of main contact. You want to find a quick way. Want a quick way to find specific. This function is super smart. Search bar for your digital address book. So you have func. Search results is the name of the function. For create this is the parameter section. For this is the external parameter name. When you use this function, you'll see for as part of the label, making it clear what the query string is for. It makes the call site more readable. Search results for Bruce, because the query is the thing you type in, which is of type string. Okay. Here's the internal parameter name. Inside the function's curly braces, you'll refer to the search text as query. The arrow indicates that the function will return value once it's done. Specifies the type of the value the function will return. It means an array of collection, a contact model object. So when you use this search function, you expect to get back a list of contact cards that match your search. Oh, okay. Right. So it's just like how it's done. Some things are like you need to understand, and some things are just how it's done, how it works. I noticed that. So, first check, safety check, is a bouncer, like a bouncer. Let's check if the query string and the text you typed as a search bar is completely empty. You typed, i.e., you typed nothing. Right. Does that make sense? And it just shows you the entire list, because that's where contacts, if it returns contacts, oh, I see. So when it returns contacts, it is this. It's returning this, which means we want to put in here search results for contacts, I think. Is that right? No. Or does search text go in here? Let's see. There we go. Brew. Lex. Yes. Okay. Okay. And the search text is a string where it makes it searchable. That's where you type it in. And then you can search contact in. Oh my god. Okay. Show the search results for search text. So that makes, okay. Oh man. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, Fuck, do I have to work today? I don't know if I don't want to. Delete this. Just open my my random thing here. Okay. I still want an explanation of the filter though. Oh, it's so cool to understand that part though, to realize. Some things are just so obvious but right in front of my face and I'm like, what is going on here? Then I see it. Okay, so today I'm technically working at 2 p.m. so I can probably do that. Should be fine. All right. So I think this is a process I actually have to like also commit to memory and realize what I'm doing. This line only runs if the query is not empty. My father believed the world was not ready. I always remember that line from Superman. The Cavill one. Context. First domain list of array. Dot. Filter. It's a powerful method available for arrays. It means go through every single item on the list one by one. For each item, apply a rule. If the item passes the rule, keep it. If it fails the rule, throw it away. Then give me a new list containing only the items that passed. Oh, interesting. Interesting to know the thing behind that. Geez, AI has everything. There's a closure or trailing closure. It's a block of code, defines the rule or filter for the method. So all you have to do is type the rule in to the filter and it will auto filter those things. So $0 is a shorthand way of referring to the current item being processed by the filter method. So for each turn, 0 or 0 represent contact model card from our contacts list. Okay, makes sense. It's typical meaning. Dot first name gets the first name from the current contact card. Local case insensitive contains query. This is a string method that checks if the first name contains the text you typed in your query. And each query checks if the text that you typed in is present. So this is where this is what it checks on. Okay. This is for internationalization. Why couldn't I read that? Meaning it handles character comparisons correctly for different languages. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. The localized part. So does that mean you can get a 0 dot first name dot case sensitive? So it has perhaps one that's not for specific, like languages, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's just normal like that. Just automatic. Okay. Okay. I think I understand that properly. You can replace the use of 0 by explicitly declaring name for the parameter. Context.filter contact in contact.firstname.localized case sensitive query. Okay. Yeah. That's right, because yeah, thank you. Because when you use 0, you don't need the contact in part. Because contact in means you're kind of going over the whole list of things, right? So you get a contact dot. Is that right? Contact dot first name. Not contact. Contact, yeah. That. Crossing over each thing, yeah. So that's the alternate, or that's the. This is the shorthand way, and this is the long form. I want to be able to, like, I do understand that and I like it. I want to be able to use this, so because I do like it does make it much shorter. Nah, it just means you're declaring a name from it. From a code compilation perspective, they're exact same thing. Wait, did I say they were different? Sorry, I did mean that they were the same. It's like a short and long version, right? Is that right? The tricky thing is trying to find out where you can and can't use this. I noticed there were some places I couldn't use it. Couldn't use it easily. So that's cool. So that works. Let's continue.
We can go into our contacts view, and I could make a computed property here called search results.
Oh, this is not. We did not do this. So let's see what he does here. I just put search text in there and it worked though.
Which is an array
Perhaps
of contacts, and I could say return viewModel.search results for that search text. And instead of looping through viewModel.contacts, we're just going to loop through our viewModel.search results, or these search results here.
Ah, I see what he's doing. So he's trying to separate out that, trying to make that variable so it can hold this data. So it doesn't have to look so long in the main body here. Right. My natural instinct of response to this is, damn, that's sexy. Let's do it. Let's do what he does. I like it. So, search results of type contact model, because this is returning contact model, the context, which is the contact model. Great. And it's going to return the view model search for search text, and then this only has to have search results in it. Huh. That is genius. I love it. This is great because this is actually something I was doing a Udemy course, and there's this guy who's doing like updated iOS 18, I think, or 17 stuff. And he was like, his explanations were really, like, honestly really lacking. And perhaps this is me just having learned a little bit more, but like, I don't know, I felt like I couldn't quite really understand what he was doing with search stuff. And I think he did this and this, and I get what's going on here, and I didn't get what I was doing before. So yeah, maybe he just like jumped us in too early to certain things, and he just didn't explain it well.
So now let's test this out. If I say Jumpman, check that out, dude. Working beautifully. Kobe. And if I click on him, it goes to Kobe Bryant's contact. If I edit him and save it, it updates that there.
Everything searches perfectly here. I want to make the search make the search text not auto capitalize? I don't know how to do that.
And that is looking absolutely beautiful, guys. So that wraps it up for our search function.
Actually, I want to ask AI. If I wanted to, if I had, I'll just say, how would I stop a search bar from auto capitalizing or auto correcting? The text field itself. But there is no text field. If I'm using SwiftUI, I have a .searchable modifier. How would that work? To the view that searchable modifier is attached to. Huh. Okay. So we just auto correction disabled auto cap text auto capitalization never. Okay, let's see. Nope. That doesn't work. Bro. Characters? It still puts it in. So that doesn't work, but does this work? Doesn't seem to matter. I don't know, it doesn't seem to do anything. That doesn't work though. I don't think. If anyone knows whether that works or not, let me know. That doesn't work, I'm gonna say. And it'll be like, oh, sorry, you're right. It doesn't. Sorry, you're right. Perhaps I need to apply it not to the list, but to the stack. Text auto input compilation never. Does that work there? Auto correction disabled. If I put true in there, does that? And now it works. Okay, yeah, it had to be on the higher view. I'll probably put that here just in case with the true thing. Oops. And here too. Correction disable true. True. All right. Cool. That seems to work. Let's continue.
Functionality. So let's go back to our prompt and check that off our list as well.
Oh, really? You think it'll work like if it goes just below the searchable? Let's give it a try. I'll cut it here and I'll put it below searchable. Let's see. Huh? Ah! Oh, oops. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Now let's see. Oh, you're a genius. Ha. You're a genius, Nicholas. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's cool. Now it can all be in one spot. It's awesome. Been a Swift developer for 10 years. Oh, really? That's awesome. You've graced me with your presence. Thank you. You know, it's actually, we don't have many Swift developers, or we, as in like everyone that has been watching me for, I don't know, a couple weeks since I started this. A lot of them are not Swift developers, actually. They do a lot of other language developing. I said that weird. They do a lot of other... they do a lot of development with other languages, is what I wanted to say. Also, for those of you who are wondering what this fish thing looked like, I'm going to open it right now. The Korean fish. Because I'm actually getting really hungry. Alright, it looks like... I don't want to touch it, actually. But I guess I'm going to wash my hands now anyway. Looks like this. You see that? I'll buy it. And it's got like a chocolate kind of... a chocolate layer and like a... I think a chocolate and a creamy layer below it. Man, I'm starving now. Nicholas, do you work for a company or do you like develop your own apps and stuff? Just gonna wash my hands. Okay, let's try and see if we can finish this off.
Boom, and that wraps up the whole thing. And before we hop into implementing our bonus features with our edit, contact, and contact deletion, guys, once again, I'm going to take a quick pause here and talk about what we just did with that searchable functionality. So back in our contacts view, we implemented this search results computed property that calls on this viewModel.searchResults function. So the big takeaway here is, why did we put the logic for filtering our results on the view model instead of putting it on the view? Oftentimes when you see examples like this for how to implement the searchable functionality in a SwiftUI list, you'll see the logic inside of the view. I think it's better to put in the view model for multiple reasons. One is testability. So if we want to test our search functionality, now this functionality exists on the view model and we could write tests to make sure that it works as expected. Whereas if we put that on the view, it would be harder to test that functionality, or we would have to write UI tests, whereas here we can write unit tests for this functionality. So another thing, guys, is overall code encapsulation and modularization. And
I like that. I'm just gonna skip forward a little bit because I want to work on the features
editing
here.
our contact. So we
See
want
how
to
he
enable
does
the
it
save
again.
button only if changes have been made to the contact. So that's on this contact to see if this contact has. And if changes have been made and the user tries to exit, we're going to show an alert. So let's hop into our edit contact view and get started with that. So ultimately, to solve this problem, we're going to need to check to see if this contact has changed. So basically what we can do, guys, is add another state property here called
Right, if you don't want to. So this all works actually without this. So I don't need that. I can just, you know, run it that way. At state private var.
contact did change. And we're going to set that equal to false, right? Obviously, when the screen initializes, we haven't changed anything. So what I'm going to do to detect changes on this contact is say on change of our contact, old value, new value, and inside of this block we could simply say contact did change is true. Now this doesn't completely solve the problem yet, but it does get us started in the right direction. So basically, guys, this doesn't handle a situation if like I change the contact here and then I change it back to what the original state was, right? So if I change it to like gmail.net, but then I say, hey, I want to change it back to gmail.com, you notice the save button becomes disabled again because all of these things are equal to what the original contact was.
So I want to set actually this save button is disabled contact did change.
So I need some means of detecting if this contact that we are modifying here is equal to the original contact that I passed in. So what I'm going to do is create a property called original contact. And it's going to be a contact. And I'm going to say self.originalContact is equal to that contact.
Oh, wait, what? How does he do that?
Original contact. And it's going to be a contact. And I'm going to say self.
On the init. Original contact is of type contact model. And then self dot
original contact is equal to that contact.
So I think I'm gonna, at the end of this, I'm probably gonna need to like put this area into chat and try and help me understand it properly.
So this is basically going to be our reference to check to see if this
So on initialization, it's setting the original contact, which is of type contact model, to the contact that gets initialized as soon as we enter the edit screen, which is as soon as we come onto this area. So
contact that gets modified as the user makes changes in these fields is we're going to check this guy against this guy. And this will always just be equal to the original contact that was passed in. It's never going to change. That's why we're making it a let constant. And
so would we just go Delete, no. Save. If original contact equals contact, update contact, right? Is that right? No. Not there. Is it cancel here? If original contact equals contact, update contact, right? Is that right? No. No, it has nothing to do with this. It's about show alert, right?
Not making it a state property, because we never want to be able to mutate this. This will serve as our sort of original like source of truth. So now down in my onChange modifier,
not equal.
I'm going to say contacted change is equal to new.
Hold on, I'm doing wrong things then.
Value constant, and we're not making it a state property, because we never want to be able to mutate this. This will serve as our sort of original like source of truth. So now down in my onChange modifier, I'm going to say contacted change is equal to new value is not equal to our original contact. So everything should build there accordingly. And guys, this comes back
equals to it's truth or falsity, whether the new value, if the new value is not equal to original contact, then this will be true, and if it isn't not equal, therefore is equal, it will be false, and then this will be false.
To the original point of why we implemented hashable conformance along with the identifiable protocol.
So it's
I believe
comparable.
Adding these two things also gives you conformance to the equatable protocol, which allows you to check to see if things are equal to each other. But essentially, that is the reason why we did that, because we want to be able to do something like this. Is the new value that comes back as a result of this contact changing equal to the original contact or not? And that's the logic for how our contact did change property is computed. So now, guys, what I'm going to do to enable or disable my save button is go here and say .disabled, and I'm going to say contact did change.
I actually did that.
So I believe we have to negate that. And we're going to say .opacity, contact did change. Yes is 1.0. No is 0.5. So we're going to use a ternary to do that. And next up, let's go ahead and test this out to see if it works. So we're going to go into our contacts view, go to LeBron James. And guys, we notice that off the bat, that's disabled, right? And if I change this, it becomes enabled. And if I change it back to the original contact information, it becomes disabled again. So our logic is working there beautifully. So really quickly, let's just change this to like .net, save, boom. Now this is the original contact state. I could change it back to like .com, save, and everything is looking good there. So that is going to check the next item off our list. We are now enabling the save button only if changes have been made to a contact. And that's going to bleed directly into our next point. If changes have been made and the user tries to exit, show an alert confirmation. So let's go ahead and do that.
Well,
and guys, I am going to talk about these three properties here and why we have left these up. I'm going to explain why implementing this contact as a state property was better than implementing all of these individual state properties. And it mainly has to do with checking to see if our contact has changed or not, right?
If like contact did change,
we can just go over it now.
Show alert.
I had to check each one of these individual properties had changed and reference them against like contact
state
first name or contact last
show
name.
Alert.
So I think what I would have to do that is do like on change of first name. Okay, is the first name equal to the contact first name, and then add another mod.
Well, would this not work? Then let's try it. .alert. On init of the alert title. Isn't there another easier way to do this? Dot alert title key is presented actions. Yeah. So test binding show alert actions. Hold on. Dot alert title key test is present show alert actions and message. So I don't think I need a message, but can it just be this? Are you sure you want to do you want to save the changes? Does that work as a no? There you go. I think. Yeah. And then I forget how to implement this. Oh my god.
And another
I'm having a
modifier
blank.
for email. And that's
Does it need a
obviously not
button?
scalable, right? Like, what if this contact had like 15 different fields for email, work, phone, blah, blah, blah? That would quickly become out of hand, right? So encapsulating all of that into our contact object as a state property, and then passing along the properties we need to as bindings to our text field through the object itself that is treated as a state property in this view, is a much better approach, because we can simply check with one modifier if the contact changed or not, right? So that's why I chose that approach. We don't need these properties anymore, so I'm going to delete those. And that's pretty important to understand.
Bug.
Took me a while to work through that in my head when I was building this. But this is looking really, really good, guys. And also keep a note of the time that we have. Like, total coding time has probably only been about 35, 40 minutes. There's been a lot of time I've spent explaining things and stuff like I'm doing right now. And I believe we're just over an hour in this video. So once again, that gives you guys an idea of how much you can accomplish or should be able to accomplish in a given time frame with an app like this. And we're already in the bonus features section, right?
I forgot the else
that
part.
means that, like, this is considered like, hey, you're probably doing really well in this if you had time to get to the bonus feature section. When I did this interview, I did make it to the bonus feature section. I don't think I completed all of them, but I got pretty close. And I ended up getting a job offer for over 200K from this job. So, guys, let's go ahead and continue. We need to implement an alert, and it is going to be linked to our contact did change logic as well. So I'm going to say I want to create another state private var of show exit confirmation. And that's going to equal false. Before we implement our alert modifier, let's figure out how we want to handle the logic for toggling this property. So
I needed the button roll thing. I forget.
I basically want to check to see if the
roll
contact
action
has
label.
changed.
Dot.
If it has, then I want to present this alert, right? So, for example,
Cancel.
let me show you what it looks like.
Action.
If I go here
Label.
and change the contact and try to get out of it, it's going to say, hey, do you want to stay or discard your changes? So the logic for this should be pretty simple based on how we've structured our code. We just want to say if contact did change.
Just gonna check for myself here what I'm doing. Yo, bro, another video. Yes, I'm back. I'm here. I've been here for a little while, actually. Started quite early today. Back. So discard change. Yeah, that worked. That's. So that roll thing doesn't do anything. We want it to dismiss. We don't need the roll. Do we need this? Button. Copy. Can we have another button? What does that look like? Ah. I kind of want it to be like side by side. Can you even do that? It's gonna be crazy if you can do this. Probably not, right? No way. Can you actually do that? Holy shit. Wait, no. No, you can't. Okay. So that's stupid. So obviously one we want to dismiss, and then one we want to go back. Let's look at how he does this.
Show exit confirmation equals true. Else
Dismiss.
we'll dismiss.
I did that already.
And guys, I'm going to extract this out to a function. So I'm going to go here and say func on cancel and paste that in there, and go here and just say on cancel.
Fair enough. On cancel. I like that plan.
So we can see how this really like just organizes our code really, really well.
I actually
And,
do like
you know,
this.
we don't have to
Not
have
gonna
a
lie.
bunch of all of this like sort of logic or code inside of our
Not
button.
going
handlers,
to
inside of our
lie.
view body. It's a lot cleaner. Okay, so next up we just have to get our alert modifier in here, and that should be pretty simple. Guys, in these interviews, if you don't have to remember how to do this stuff off the top of your head, like they allow you to use Google. So you could just say like, hey, how do I expect you to know all of this stuff off the top of your head? To show it, I'd be like, is unsaved changes. Let's get this alert back up and see what we want to do.
What do we
Unsaved
wanna do?
changes. You have unsaved changes.
Discard
that's gonna be
changes.
part of our message.
Oh,
Let's
right.
see.
We want the
Is
destructive for the
presented is gonna
color.
Show exit
Roll.
confirmation. Action
Dot cancel.
is going to be
Right?
button stay, and our role for that button is going to just be a cancellation. Dot cancel.
No, right? Is
And we don't need an
cancel.
action. Cancel will automatically dismiss the alert.
Destructive.
And then button discard changes. And the role for that is going to be dot destructive. And here,
Wait, so cancel, does it cancel auto dismiss? It must. Can I get rid of that? Guess I can. No, I can't. It's bugged.
we're going to say we want to dismiss.
Discard changes, roll destructive. Oh wait, I'm doing it wrong. Hold on. Destructive is dismiss, and cancel is what? Do nothing? Yeah. Stay is roll cancel. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's easier to just. How do we set up roll though? Stay. A roll cancel. Okay, that's easy enough. Get rid of this. And then this one is discard changes. Roll destructive. And dismiss, and we get rid of this. There you go. It's a bit easier. Let's see.
All right, so let's go ahead and test this out. That should be all we have to do. And go back to contacts view.
Nice.
And we'll go to LeBron James. We'll try to edit his information. We'll hit cancel and check that out. Guys, we don't need to implement the message or anything like that. This is totally fine. If we discard changes, it dismisses. And if we
Great.
hit stay, it stays. So we're tested. We're good to go.
Sorry, what? What is the language? SwiftUI, Swift is the language. How's it going, by the way? I just joined the stream. Pretty good so far. We're following this guide at the moment, but we're kind of doing it as we go, as much as I can by myself. And then we're gonna actually redo this app again as much as possible without the guide, because this is like a like an actual job interview, a potential job interview that you could get the task of making this app when you apply. So I want to be able to be proficient and actually understand what's going on with all of this stuff here. Welcome, Isaac.
Another feature checked off the list. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay.
We're kind of nearing the end of this, actually, which is pretty awesome.
Enable. Okay, yeah, we're good. So we are complete with edit contact. Now, next up, guys,
swipe
we
to
need
delete.
do the same thing for deleting a contact, and we'll also implement swipe to delete. And
so this should be easy enough for the delete button. So we're on edit contact here, and delete. Show. We actually want a different alert. So this is gonna be show. Edit. Maybe edit alert, and then the other one's gonna be show delete alert. Delete alert. Edit alert. We'll just copy all this and make another one. Show delete alert. And we're actually, it's gonna equal false, and here we're gonna, well, if toggle should work, right? So this new alert's gonna be delete contact, deleting contact button. Oh wait, no. No, I'll put it here. Are you sure you want to delete this contact? And no. Cancel. And then delete. So delete is going to be I think view model dot. Oh, can we? We don't have. Do we have this in here? No, we don't. I think we need to add it. Oh no, wait. We do have it. View model dot delete contacts contact. That should work. So let's try that out. I think. Let's see. Now we got an error here. Hold on. Come on, show alert. Show edit alert. On cancel. And then we need to make a. Wait. So this func is in the. Oh yeah. So what did we put it through here? The if. Yeah. So we don't need one of those right now. For this part. Let's delete. Oh, it just deleted. Hold up. Oh, I didn't put the toggle thing. That's why. Where's the delete button? Delete. Oh yeah, we do need the function. Hold on. If wait, delete. Show delete alert dot toggle, and then we actually might remove this, right? We're just gonna show the alert here. Wait, hold on. Delete contact is where? Oh yeah, we don't want that here. We want just delete contact. Delete contact, yeah. Because we have it here. We already put it in. Just to make it shorter, and then here we don't need this part here. That should be it. I believe that's it. We'll see. See if we got this. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this contact? Delete. Yes! We've done it!
And then we will...
So that's basically doing it before he's done it. Which is great that I could do that. But we need to get swipe to delete.
Do a full breakdown of the code.
Which I know
and
happens in here, but I forget how to properly...
That's something that's pretty common. Like, you might have, like, some sort of follow-up round that...
Oh, wait. All we need is... Hold on. All we need is love. Da-da-da-da. Don't know why that came into my mind. View model dot delete contact. Is that right? Contacts contact. I think that's right. Is that right? No. Wait. Hold on. View model. Search. No. Is that right? Something's wrong here. I think I'm a little bit out of control. Hold on. Let's just go with what he. Let's see what he does.
They'll ask you to sort of break down your code.
I think I have an idea. Hey Leo, what's up?
We're a take-home interview.
How's it going, Leo?
They'll be like, hey, we want to have a session to review everything you did, where they sort of grill you and ask you questions just to make sure that you actually know.
Skip forward a little bit and work on this.
A session to review everything.
Here.
So we'll do that once we get to. We are going to features done. This should go pretty quickly as well. Back in our edit contact view, we are going to add another state property to show a delete confirmation. So we can just copy and paste that. We could just say show delete.
So we've done this already.
Mark, I guess. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, are you sure you want to blah, blah, blah. We don't need the message. We'll just have two actions for cancel and delete. So this will be cancel. Guys, we just need to change sort of how we handle the logic here.
So I've changed this already.
Paste in button. We are, instead of deleting the contact, we're going to just show the alert.
Yeah.
Or let's go back. We'll go try to delete LeBron James. Oh, I think that is linked to, we need to go back to edit contact view and say show delete confirmation instead of show exit confirmation. And go back. Delete. Sweet. Delete. And it deletes him. We try to delete Kobe. We hit cancel. It doesn't. Okay. We're good to go there once again. And we can check that off our list. And we can see how quickly these are going, guys. These little bonus features. So that's good.
Swipe to delete.
Let's see what we could do for swipe to delete. So because we are using a list, we are automatically...
I'm doing really well today. Thank you. Got up early, had some coffee, took my fiance to work, and now I'm doing what I love. I'm making a contacts app, which is basically this is basically what a take-home interview would look like roughly for a job interview. So I'm trying to make sure I understand this completely and can do it by myself.
Get access to this feature.
Sorry, did I say it was a contacts app? It's a contacts app that you can add contacts to, delete them, navigate to an edit area, go back if you want to, delete them in here too. Boom, deleted Bruce Wayne.
Swiping, and it's actually really simple to implement, guys. We can just go into our contacts view.
So simple to implement.
On our contact row view, we could add some swipe actions. I could say .swipe actions.
Oh.
Content.
Wait, he uses swipe actions, but couldn't I just use the on delete? Oh, okay, so he does it differently. But okay, I'm used to on delete.
And it's
So let's add it. Let's do just do what he does for now, and we'll have a look at what's going on here.
going to be a button, and we're going to say with animation, view model,
Bro. Holy
dot
shit.
delete contact. And we just pass that in there. And the label, oops.
Button with animation, view model dot delete contact label. Wait, whoa.
It's just going to be image, system name, trash. And I believe that's good. Oops. And once again, this is stuff that you could clearly look up. I've just done this so many times. I just kind of have this memorized, guys. And that's never a bad thing, right? Like if you have this stuff memorized, it just makes an interviewer go, wow, this guy is really, really fluent with SwiftUI development and overall iOS development. So it's a huge plus the quicker you can do these things.
So that's working.
Then we're just going to give this a dot tint of dot red. And guys, if I go here, boom, that.
I've never done it this way, but you don't need to. I think. Hold on, we're gonna do it the other way. I think there's another way to do this. Not exactly my first project. I've got a couple other projects that I have, namely a stretching app project, but I need a couple things to finalize that app, like photos of me converted through AI into like an animated thing, because I need to do a specific stretch to like actually demonstrate what you need to do. So that's not quite finalized yet. And that was built mostly by me, I think, in some AI. But this one is one that I'm trying to get a job. Like straight up to start, I'm trying to get a job as a developer. And then of course I can go out on my own later, if I'm, successful in that, because they pay you straight up to work on their projects, where as fun as it is to make your own stuff, I can't rely on that right now, I guess. I suppose is a way of putting it. It's just a societal system, money things. What are we doing? We're not doing this here. We're gonna put, where's the list dot on delete? Is it here? No, it's within the list dot on delete. So here is where I would need AI, because I needed to understand, because I don't think I can figure this out myself. Would I have to do view model dot context dot? No, I need the function, right? Which I made dot delete contact, which is where I would. This is where I don't know what's going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the AI, see if it can explain how to specifically put in the delete contact in this context. And if I can't, then I guess swipe action, you must have to build it out by yourself. But let's see what it says. I have this app. Can you explain how you would implement dot on delete here? Is that somewhat correct? You will probably have to make some assumptions. Whoa, Jesus, what the S? I'll just give it my view model as well. This is my, oh my god, S. What? Holy crap! What's happening? Is my view model. Let's see what it says. Correct question on delete implementation. Not quite correct, of course. On delete, specific data and to work for each. Swipe to delete gesture. Right, so that's what I was thinking. Like, we didn't build this out as an index set, did we? We built it. Oh, well. No, I think it's different here. Maybe. Let's see. I'm jumping the gun here. Keep grinding. I'm sure you're going to get a great job. Have fun learning. Good luck on your journey. Thank you so much, Leo. Really appreciate it. I'm going every day, pretty much. Thank you so much. And good luck to you, too. I don't know where you are in life, but good luck anyway. Right, it takes an index set. So it's specifically a set. A single contact model object is input. So view model.delete contact, when called with empty parentheses, actually calling your delete contact function immediately. You just created trying to pass nothing to it, which would cause compile time error. Right. Modify your context view model to have a delete contact method that accepts an index set. This method will then iterate through an index set. Pass this new view model method on delete modifier. Right, okay. So we could just make another one, right? Yeah. Just make a separate one so we don't mess with anything for the moment. Func delete list delete swipe. That's what I'm used to, the add offsets thing. Index set. This method removes items from the contacts array at the specific positions indices provided by the index set. So contacts dot remove at offsets. Add, oh wait. Remove add offsets. That's how you set that up. So we want to, what? Oh wait. Import, what is the import? SwiftUI core? SwiftUI, okay. Okay, there we go. So now we should be able to just chuck that in here, right? View model dot list off, at contacts, is that right? No. We don't need to. Wait, we don't need to do that actually. It just has to be. Isn't it this? No, isn't it just this? Am I missing something? I thought it was. Hold on. Wait, let me open up a file that oh shit, what have I done? Let me open up a file I have here, which is practice coding, and it has a bunch of shit in there using this. You're welcome. Speaking of new people, if anyone here would like to help me get to 1,000 subscribers and start taking that ad revenue back from YouTube, I would much appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. If no pressure, but yeah, it'd be awesome to be able to do that. Much appreciated. So there is, we have some lists in here somewhere. Where would we have a list? Here. So do we have an on delete here? No. Can we search the entire thing for on delete? List. We just get a list bootcamp. Yeah. So here, like perform. That's what I'm thinking. So I think you can do that. You just need the perform call. Is that it? There we go. That's what I was after. So now we can delete. So now it works. However, you get the automatically it's delete. It's not a trash icon. So this is customized. This is not. It's automatic. So that's really fun. This one's more fun. This one is easy alternate to swipe delete on lists. And this is fun alternate swipe delete with custom button. So that's awesome. So actually I prefer his. So let's activate his and can you double activate? Oh, so that goes over at the top. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just yeah. All right. Is that it? I think that's mostly it, right?
Showing up, click it, we delete, boom. And that's it. So that completely wraps up our functionality for this feature. So let's just make sure we got everything checked off. We got our data. We got all these checked off. These. Yes.
Holy shit, we ran through the entire thing.
Guys. So for the remainder of this video.
All right. So I'm going to do this again soon. Well, probably tomorrow. I'll try and run through this. Might try and run through this again. But that is awesome. I feel like I've learned quite a bit when I'm doing my personal research here through Gemini. And then I think there's still some things I gotta grill into my mind. So we're probably still gonna have to use this guide. However, I do want to try as hard as I can to make this just, on my own. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, I do have to go now. I need to eat something, get ready for work and stuff, which really sucks because I want to do this all day. But yeah, I need to make some money, like in the immediate sense, if that makes sense. Makes sense? Sense. So I want to thank everyone who came here to support me while I was doing this. That's awesome. And again, feel free to join my Discord if you want to. I only just started it, but we're building some people in there. So that's fun. And yeah, generally I try and stream every day if I can. But I've got a few days off. I think Friday and Sunday at the moment I have days off, so probably don't expect me on those days. There may be another day that I'm taking off, but at the moment I do generally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and roughly this time is when I want to do it, so I'll probably be up early doing it more and more. Yeah, I think that's it in terms of like chat and announcements and stuff. Yeah. I think I'll see you all in my next one, which will probably be, well, today is Thursday, so Friday, actually tomorrow I might not be on. If you need help, I can help you because I've been developing Swift for a few years now. I'm also currently learning iOS 26 features right now in Swift, like liquid glass tab bar. Ooh, really cool, man. I much appreciate. I would love that. That's awesome. I mean, feel free to join back my streams when I'm on, or it would be awesome if you could join the Discord. That'd be sick. Because no doubt I do need help with stuff sometimes. Like my main answer right now is to just go to AI if I don't know anything and tries to explain it to me. Sometimes it can't even find certain bugs that I can find myself. So AI is not everything, obviously. But I love doing Swift, so yeah, that'd be so cool. I really appreciate the offer. It's awesome. That's sick that we have this working app now. And yeah, we're gonna rebuild it. I'm gonna try and rebuild it again. I think next one too, because I really want to focus this. To be honest, what do you think of the new iOS 26 and macOS 26? Here's my honest opinion. I love the idea and the look of the glass stuff, except for two things. Now, I don't actually have a gripe with the readability issue that people are saying. Perhaps it will be an issue, but we'll see when we come to it. But my two issues are, number one, I guess it kind of blends. Actually, it's one issue and it kind of blends with these two things. So my singular issue is they made a clear mode for the apps, right? Like they have a tinted mode, they have a dark mode and a light mode. They now have a clear mode, right? So the clear mode, I personally think, is really dumb, because the clear mode, first of all, it just looks clear. It doesn't really look like glass to me. And second of all, they named it clear mode, not glass mode, which it should have been. So the annoying part is it doesn't look like glass, and it's also not called glass mode. I guess it makes sense more that it's clear mode because it looks more like clear app icons, which I don't want in a glass themed update. Why I would want them all to be like glass. And then that issue traverses to the actual app icons, where they wanted to make a glass theme. However, the icons don't seem to have a glass theme, in my opinion. Like hold on, let me bring up a picture of it. Liquid glass icons. So is that it? Yeah, here for example. So we can look at the icons here, right? Why is there no transparency in like the background square thing? That's what annoys me. It should be like a stained glass situation where it's like kind of clear for the back, so you can see through the background, and then you've got the icon on top, but it's still like a green tint, right? That would be cool. Why didn't they do that? And then the clear one doesn't even look like glass to me. It just looks like it's clear. Is it just me? I don't know. But that's my gripe with it. Otherwise, I like the updates. Yeah, I agree. I got the beta and I just turned off glass icons. Yeah, because it's dumb, right? Like, I want to try it, and I'll give it a try and see what it looks like. Maybe they can update it more. They probably won't, because they love to back their dumbass decisions sometimes. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's not quite glass, you know? Why didn't they make it stained glass? Why didn't they make the icon stained glass? It doesn't make any sense. Like, put the gear icon with a stained glass, like clearish, see-through, like blurred glass style background. The UI is way better than the icons they made. Then you've got there's the, I mean, it's closer to what I was. I mean, I guess it is technically looking like glass, but it doesn't quite look glass enough, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe it's the way the background is or something, because it does look like glass there, and like the, you know, the refraction, it does. Maybe I'm just grilling it too hard because I've seen it only on this basic background. I don't know. Maybe I need to see it on a different background, perhaps. But I just wish it looked like this background glass style color thing here, but actual color on the icons. Stupid Apple. Sometimes they're just so stupid. Oh man. Anyway, yes, I'm gonna head off, but I appreciate chatting about this. Love chatting about it, to be honest. And I love meeting people who love doing Swift. It's awesome. And everyone else who loves coding. I'm not trying to back myself into a corner here. No, but seriously, programming is awesome. It's cool, anyone who does it. It's like Apple changed back the Photos app secretly. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, because the collections thing in the library or whatever. Man, that was some bullshit. Alright, man. I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'll just catch you all later. See ya.